Okay, hello everyone, this is Leo, or it's Ocean Secret, and I apologize for my terrible voice. I have a cold, but today is literally the only day I have available to make a video that I wanted to do since like summertime. And I really want to do this because so many people ask me about it, and it's something so easy to explain, and it would be really great to show you guys how to do this thing. So what this video is going to be about today is organization, how to keep your game clean, I guess, how to sort your stuff, and how to get custom content from the browser straight into your game. And again, I want to apologize if I sneeze or cough. I don't have the time to render this video, so I will upload it directly from what the raw recording is. So just bear with me. So let's start off with, I guess, how to organize your stuff. And so many people ask me about this. So many of my friends or just people around Tumblr, Discord have asked me how I organize my stuff, like my custom content, my sims, my pictures, whatever else you want. Technically, it is about keeping your game clean, and if you sort your things properly before actually going in game and setting up your save and stuff, this is going to save you so much time, because if, let's say, something goes wrong, you can always find the issue really quickly, how to eliminate it instantly in case you really know what the culprit is. And even if you don't know what's causing issues to your game, you can always find it super fast if your stuff is very well organized. So as you can see, I have my folder over here. I'm going to maximize. Actually, I'm going to leave the window like this because I think it's going to be in better quality, but I will read everything out anyway. So technically, I have this Sims folder called Sims, where I keep most of my stuff. So I also have Sims 2 and Sims 4 stuff in there, which I don't really play, but I keep it somewhere there. They have their own folders down here in the bottom. But I'm going to be focusing on The Sims 3, obviously, because that's my main domain, I guess. So I have here backup CC, as you can see, the first folder, which is technically all of my backups, all of my custom content, everything I have and everything I will sort out, or everything I want to keep a backup of, even if I don't use it anymore in my game. Let's enter in quickly and show you around a bit. I have here installed worlds and objects, under which I have, worlds and objects. So everything that's built by, or a world, or a lot, or anything in that area. And here, as you can see, I have a few folders. These are usually world files. So let's click Devil's Port, and here I have additional custom content that came with the world Devil's Port. Then I have houses lots. Here I hold my lots that I downloaded from the internet. And here I have my Japanese custom content, which I mostly use in Mayumachi World, which is a Japanese themed world. And in case you haven't tried it out, please check it out because it's awesome. I have objects over here, and you can see they are very well organized. I have bedroom, beds and chairs and sofas, child custom content, which has, like, I don't know, toys or cribs or high chairs, decor. And here I have the misc decor. Then there's doors, archways, there's electronics like plumbing and all of the things in that area, like cars or TVs or whatever else. There's Halloween themed custom content, which I haven't sorted yet, and I feel so bad because Halloween is so close, yet I have zero time to go in game. Then there's the lights, where I hold my lamps, my wall lamps or whatever else you want. Magical and witchy stuff, where I hold my unsorted witch themed custom content for my legacy, because they are mostly witches. Then there's other under which I have usually resizers or stairs or things that I really can't sort into other things, you know. Then there's the patterns, the plants, and under plants, I recategorize all of my food decor because I feel like the plants category doesn't have as much custom content as the others do, and food would go pretty well in this category and it's easier to find. Then I have the rabbit hole rugs, then rugs, like simple rugs, and sculptures, under which I also recategorized clothes. So all of the things that are the core clothes are going under this folder for me because it's easier to find them. So let's say anything that's a purse or maybe shoes or the core blankets or pillows, things like that, that should be in the clothes area. They always go under sculptures for me. I also put my books in sculptures and everything that looks like a sculpture, something that's big. Then tables and tables, desks, all the things in that storage area. And then there's the unsorted stuff, under which I hold the things I haven't yet sorted. And then there's my Vataporix files. This is for my sim, and he has his own custom content, which is completely separate from all of the other things that I have in game. Then there's walls, curtains, mirrors, shelves, everything that goes on the walls I hold into one big folder. The windows, under which there are windows. Witcher set, which is for my Witcher save, which is a medieval save kind of thing. If you play The Witcher, you know what I'm talking about. And then there's some uncategorized Witcher stuff, which I have to, sort out. So these are my main categories for the build by area, and I guess the tip I can send you is make as many folders as you need. You don't really have to need have a folder for everything, like every category, but if you do want to do that, you're more than free to. I don't have enough items to keep them into too many separate folders. So let's say I have like 3 desks. I don't need to put them into a folder for desks because that would waste too much space, and it's not about space only, but it's about having too many folders, and at some point it just gets like too many folders, it's too hard to navigate through them. So make some main categories like bedroom, bathroom, or decor, custom content, and sort out your things. Think where you want them to be. And if you want to recategorize everything in S3PE, I have videos on that on my channel. You can check them out. They're also for create a sim items and also for build by objects. So you're free to check them out if you need help with that. What I did is went through everything manually and recategorized everything so it fit into my area. I didn't touch things like beds or chairs because those are already organized and you can't really sort them out otherwise, but decor, plants, sculptures, things like that I have manually reorganized, recategorized them into the proper categories. So let's move back to here I have the pack files where I keep some pack files that I have like backups of in case something happens and I lose the package file. I have it here. And I have the world files, which I put into my world folder. These are the worlds I use. Some of them actually, because I use way more than these, but these are just the active ones. So now that we're done with this area, I'm going to give you some more tips again about the general world build by like area, zone, whatever it is. Make sure you organize your stuff how you want it to be. So if you want folders for packs, make a folder for packs. If you want a folder for worlds, make a folder for worlds. Make folders for anything you want. You can make use of the notepad to take notes you want to, highlight about a certain folder or a certain item. And make sure you keep your things sorted out from the start, so the moment you download something, put it instantly into a folder, like an unsorted folder if you want, if you have one like I do. Or you can directly put it into your normal folders. It's all about keeping stuff organized from the start, because if you pile up on too many things, it's gonna take years to do things, because I know from my experience I did that. And I think it took me like 3-4 weeks to restart every piece of custom content that I had, including renaming and recategorizing and merging and sorting and compressing and everything like that, because it's so much custom content out there and nobody does it the way you want it to be. So a lot of creators don't sort them out as I would, because they don't have to and it's their personal preference, but some do, which is great, and it makes me happy because there's less work to do. But again, it's all up to your personal preference, and the way you do it is the way you want your game to work. So the more organized you are, the better your game will work and the more satisfied you will be. Let's go back to the backup CC folder, and I have library over here, which you can see, and here I hold like library items, from in-game, where you put the lots down from the library. Then I have the mods, and here I have like anything that is in the mod area. I have default replacements, where I keep all of my default replacements for skins, for eyes, for makeup, eyelashes, fairy wings, whatever else you can think of. I have mods, which I have gameplay mods and mods. These are two categories for me, because in the gameplay mods I have a lot of mods that override gameplay features, such as, the maid, or maybe the winter season, or I don't know, any mod that will fit in the gameplay area, which I use only when I'm playing with my legacy, which is a very rare thing because I don't have time to play Sims anymore. But I have it there. And then in the mods, I have the mods I use whenever I'm in game, no matter if I'm playing the game or if I'm just taking pictures. There's like no idols, or the NRAS, or NRASS, however you want to say it. I say it like that. And the hiders for the base game stuff, and anything that you can use whenever. I have poses over here, which I keep not very well sorted, honestly, because I change my poses every few weeks, I guess, because I always keep using the same ones, so I have to replace them. Um, and then I have sliders, which are, you have two folders here. You can see old corrupt sliders. The reason why I keep the old and corrupted files is because I want to find the culprit, even though I don't need to. I keep this folder so in case my issues with the sliders are ever back, I know where to look and how to compare the files, and I can find the culprit easier in case my sliders get fucked up for some reason. Then there's the new sliders, and there's like 91 sliders. I used to have way more, but I cut down on sliders because they slow down my game a bit. And I have the realistic clouds, which should go into either mods or default replacements, but I don't mind it if it's here. Then I have packages, and here it should be named like create a sim, but I'm used to it as packages, so I have never renamed it. And here is my create a sim category stuff. And you can see here I have them sorted out by gender. And I also have unisex stuff, because there's some accessories which are enabled for both male and female. Even though you can do that directly in game if you have an RAS as mods. So I have accessory female and accessory male, bottom female, bottom male, and so on. I have children stuff, which includes toddlers, babies, children, and teens. I have the eyebrows, the hair for both male and female, makeup, which is unisex. I have outfits, shoes, skins, tops, unisex, as I said, and unsorted. And in unsorted, I'm going to come back here pretty soon after I tell you a bit more about these. So what I suggest is making folders and sorting your stuff out by genders, because it's way easier to have male and female stuff separately. So let's say you just want to play with female sims or just male sims, or you just want to run your save where you only have a certain gender. you can just run your game with this folder only. So it's more useful in my opinion. And in case you, let's say, I'm gonna give you an example so it's easier to explain. I have a save which has a female sim only in my family, actually my active family, and I really don't need a male custom content because there are no males in that world. I just have that female because I only take pictures of her. So in order to not force my game to run male custom content as well, which is a lot actually, I just run my game with female custom content and it runs way faster, it loads faster, it loads sooner, and I don't have to load custom content which I'm not gonna use. So that's the point. If you separate them into genders, it's way easier. Then you should make like my suggestion is to get a makeup folder, an eyebrow folder, and a skin folder, so you can separate these because they are completely different categories and you can't really do them like split them otherwise. A hair folder would be nice for both males and females if you wish, or separate genders as I do, but I use my hairs for both genders actually using the NRASS mods. And then the unsorted folder, which I wanted to come back to. I'm not going to come back yet to it, but here is again where I post stuff that I get from the internet. I dump it into this folder and then I sort it out when I'm ready. So let's go back. I have saved sims here, and here I have new sims, which are my current sims. Then the old sims, which are sims I don't use anymore, and I have no use for them, but I don't want to delete them either, so I just keep them there. And other people's sims, where I have sims from collabs or ships of people that I tend to ship with or collab with more often, and I keep them in there, and in case they want to send me a new version of the sim, I can easily replace the sim and everything works smoothly. Then I have the saves, which are the saves of my games. I have to update these usually every time I go in game. I like to make copies of my saves, so I'm sure that if anything happens to my computer, my saves are always there, backup somewhere. Then the screens backup, which are backups of my screenshots, my pictures. These are usually not really updated. I keep this folder mostly if I, let's say, want to reinstall Sims or something on the spur of the moment and I don't have any place to put my pictures, so I just dump them in there. But this folder is super old and it's outdated from like August, and imagine how many pictures I took since August. And let's see, I have here, back in the Sims folder, the original Sims folder, I have creating files and programs. And in here I hold Blender or Marvelous Designer stuff or the Sims Resource Workshop stuff. Generally anything that is a program made for The Sims 3. I have the HQ mod folder where I keep a backup of the original file of the game and my HQ modded file. I have my inspo where I keep pictures that I want to recreate or imitate. I have them by name. You can see some of my Sims names here. I have face claims for all of my Sims and face claims I haven't yet used but I want to use. I have lookbooks. I have a new folder under which I keep poses I want to create. But generally, just any inspo I can find, which I also save on my inspo blog, but sometimes it's easier to have it in my computer in case my internet is not working. I have my CC in a folder. I don't make much CC, but usually I keep my skins sorted out very well. I have here skins, and I have them by name for all of my Sims. And then I have resources where I keep like, you know, textures of things and tattoos and scars and makeup and backups of skins that I like to use. And then there is the photos under which I keep old pictures and legacy pictures from two of my legacies and edited pictures. And I have old edited pictures and edits from others that make for me and the new pictures. And the new pictures are all sorted out by names of the Sims that appear in these pictures. I also have folders for, let's say, the Twitters of my Sims or stories or bits from photo sets. These are like small bits of pictures from other photo sets. I have sheep's pictures, like you can see here, my and puff shell sims. And I have other under which I have like miscellaneous stuff. Okay, so that should be for pictures, I guess. Then there would be Sims 2 and Sims 4, but these aren't really necessary to talk about. So what I wanted to talk about now is how to get a piece of custom content from the internet straight into your game, clean it perfectly, and make sure everything is sorted out well. So I usually go to backup CC and packages and then unsorted, and here I dump all the custom content I download. So I'm going to show you an example on something. Let's download something, anything really. I'm going to scroll down a bit because these are the core items. But let's say I want this hair. I already downloaded it, but I'm gonna download it again to show you how to do it. So I seize the third picture, I get the download. Let's give it a heart and download it. Let's wait for it a bit. There we go. And then I drop it into my unsorted folder, and you can see it's gonna pop in here, and it's gonna have a 1 by the name because it's something I already have in my game. So to show you a better, quicker, faster example, let's use a folder named test to drop it in here so we don't have issues about renaming. Now, let's say I'm gonna download like 20,000 pieces of custom content, so that would make it a really hard job. What I do after I download my custom content, be it 1 or 10,000 pieces of custom content, I go to the bulk rename utility, and I search for the folder I have my my downloaded stuff in, which should be in here. Let me see, here, and unsorted and the test folder. So I click it, and if you don't know how to use this utility, there's many things you can use to rename your custom content. You can also do it manually, but why do it manually when a program can do it for you? What I do is go here under chars, C-H-A-R-S, so characters, I guess, and I click space. And you can see in the new name, it has removed all the spaces from the file name. What I do after is click the symbol here, and it will remove the symbols. You can see the brackets are all removed. And I'm gonna remove accents in case there are any. There are none in here, but I just click it just to be sure. And then I hit rename. And it's gonna ask you if you want to rename it. You just click OK. And now you can see my file has been renamed. And now that the file is renamed, what I do is simply clean it using S3RC. And S3RC is a program which removes unnecessary files from within your file that you don't really have to use, or the game doesn't need, but they exist somewhere. They're like cache files. And if you don't have this program, it's on Frankie's page. I think I'm gonna link it to it if I don't forget, but you can find it easily on her blog. And I drop it in here, and I'm gonna wait for it to be renamed. And let's see. Okay, and it's been shrunk. And as you can see, the file size shrunk. And now my file is ready to be reorganized in case I need to reorganize it. This is a hair, so I don't have to, but just to just for the sake of the video, if you need to reorganize your file, let's say it's a top and you want it to be a sleepwear and an outerwear and everyday wear, you just double click it and it's gonna open as 3PE. And I have a video on how to do that. I'm not gonna do it in this one because there's no need to, but you just do it how I show you how to do it. In case you don't know, in case you know how to do it, just do it on your own. And now that my file is pretty much ready, I do one more thing, which I only do if there's multiple files. I open the Delphi's dashboard, and this is gonna tell me if there's any duplicates, or if, let's say, the file is corrupted, or worse, the file is a Sims2 package, or it conflicts with something. And in case I have duplicates or corrupted files, I remove them. And in case there's nothing wrong, and in this case there's nothing wrong with this file, it's a clean, good file, I just close away the Office dashboard. Hold on, it's giving me some errors. Now it's loading all of my stuff, so it's gonna take a while for it to close. But in case there's no need to, do anything to the file, then I just close the Office dashboard and the file is ready to go. And now I cut it and I'm gonna paste it into hair female because this is where I hold my hair. And I'll put it over here. And that's it. That's how I get my stuff in game. And that's honestly a very good thing to do. I don't think there's much else you can do to the file in case you just really want to do anything else to it, just do it. But otherwise, I think that's all the steps you kind of need to go through. You're not forced to, obviously. This is just my method of getting stuff in game, organizing everything out, and I hope that this video was somewhat helpful. I'm sorry for my terrible voice. I really wanted to do this video and today was the only day I could. But I hope that this helped you out somehow, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me here or on Tumblr or anywhere else you want. And that should be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.